Maybe it's just me, but I don't see enough people talking about how traumatic it is growing up dark-skinned or fat or both in South Africa. 70% of my childhood trauma, my overall trauma in life actually, comes from existing as a fat person. I genuinely believe I would have turned out a little bit better had I not grown up fat, but I don't like thinking that way because I think I look hot as fuck. As a
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I sit on my bed, my couch, and I give my opinion because that's what we do on this channel. I love doing that and I love being comfortable. Like, I don't want to go into that hectic thing of just scheduling things and having to edit a lot. And I just want to just relax and just not overwork myself. I'm not gonna do that for YouTube. I'm not gonna do that for anyone. I just wanna live my soft life, and this is what I'm doing on my soft life. Yeah, I already have capitalism expecting a lot of me. So, as a black woman, by the way, speaking of being a black woman in South Africa, yeah, I know exactly what this lady is talking about. I know what she's talking about because I grew up hating myself. I grew up with a serious disdain for myself. I did not see, I felt like at times I lived outside of myself. Like the, I wasn't me. Like something else took over me. Like I just did not feel like this is the body I was supposed to be born in. Call me crazy, but I was miserable, like miserable, and I was dark skinned and I was chubby, and I feel like the darkness comes from playing in the sun. I'm not necessarily dark. Of course, if I was dark, it was not a problem. Well, I've been dark. Even now, I don't feel like the need to bleach my skin for whatever reason. I spend a lot of time in the sun now because I conquered a lot of things and I live inside my body now. So, but honestly, guys, like growing up was hell for me. Like I don't think you guys understand the seriousness of being a dark-skinned person in South Africa. Like even when this xenophobia happens, dark-skinned South Africans also face the same problems. Like I would get asked for an ID in Johannesburg as if we're in apartheid. Like people are doing weird things which are so traumatizing, and they do not realize that what they are doing is so traumatic. Like we, as dark skinned people, or even though I may not be as dark as I used to be, I feel like I should just show you guys. But at the same time, I'm afraid. Like I don't want to pause this video positioning ourselves for the positioner. But guys, here is the lady of the night. This is me. This is me growing up. This is me. So I perfectly understand what she's talking about. I understand completely because I went through that myself. Hectic, but let's just watch the video.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't see enough people talking about how traumatic it is growing up dark-skinned or fat or both in South Africa. 70% of my childhood trauma, my overall trauma in life actually, comes from existing as a fat person. I genuinely believe I would have turned out a little bit better had I not grown up fat, but I don't like thinking that way because I think I look hot as fuck as a thick mama, thick sexy mama. Especially for people who like are women or queer, it's like I feel like that added layer of misogyny is wild to experience. This was me in grade 7. See, I was a very smart kid, very smart, very smart. This is a trophy. And I had struggled with my gender identity, and being fat I think made it so much worse because now it's like no person's going to be able to say that I look like a girl because I look like a little boy. But also now, even if I was a girl or looked like a girl, I'm fat. So now it's like my parents were concerned for so long that I would like get diabetes. Like, they were so scared of me eating takeaways and sweets and stuff because they thought I'd end up diabetic. And they run marathons, right? They're marathon athletes. They've been that way for most of my life. And they would try and encourage me to join like marathons with them so that I would lose weight and stuff. I was like 8 years old. 8 years old, and they're telling me to run 5 kilometers, bro. Run. I hated PE. I hated PE. I hated PE. I hated PE. Every week when it was PE, I knew that my self-esteem was going to be crushed. Because I don't know if it's worse if there are people supporting you or there are people bashing you. Like, I think the people who are worse are those that support you even though they are laughing with those that are bashing you. You can do it, haha, you can do it. Those bitches should go to hell. My mom wanted me to join diets with her all the fucking time, and I hated it because it's like, I'm fine, like, I feel fine, okay? I can never get over the experience of just being ignored in a group setting, especially when there's gents there. It's like, now I don't even know if I can talk, bro. I don't even know if physically it's possible that I can talk because nobody seems to hear me. That experience kills me because it still happens to this day. I don't know. I started shopping from the women's section, like the adult women's section, when I was like 11 or 12. I'd always be afraid of sitting on plastic chairs because, like, what if the leg broke under me? I hated jumping castles. Oh my.
They used to call me Mugabe or Changarai in primary because I was dark. They used to say Muri misses my dad. They used to say Ayeye Muvang.
Guys, like, we suffer. I don't think you guys understand the level of suffering I went through and what these girls are talking about. And I also had this thing of wanting to date people lighter than me. So typically, I understand some people have not overcome it, is internalized. I mean, dark-skinned babies are still being bullied. And everyone thinks it's funny when adults do it. Like, yeah, always the dark-skinned baby. Always. I mean, even myself, I was bullied as a baby when my mom's ex-husband said, "Wanowa was Kobo." Because even as a baby, I really had this dark skin. But it wasn't really dark, but I was darker than my siblings. So I stood out.